mentioned how she uses Trello in all the different ways. There are also millions of other people that are using Trello today worldwide. Trello, as we mentioned, is used as a organization tool and for project management. So after researching, we found that there are many companies and businesses that are also using Trello. Some of these include Google, New York Times, Adobe, Pixar, PayPal, and many others. But Trello is also being used in education. Both teachers and students are using Trello, both in and out of the classroom. And students are using it from elementary school all the way through college, and students can use it for organizing, scheduling, group projects, and many other ways. And now we are going to talk about how you as a teacher can use Trello with lesson planning, communicating with other teachers, and all the different aspects that you can use it for.
I'll be actually talking about how a teacher can use this app and website to collaborate with all the people who are involved in your students' lives. So not only your colleagues and your fellow teachers, but administration, your actual students, and their parents. So let's say you want to just talk about you can go to this board and talk about different ideas to work on. You and your fellow teachers can talk about the best types of lesson plans, the best way implement these plans, and look at different websites. You can tag specific people. So if I wanted to tag Danielle, I would just add her, and which is like Instagram or whatever, you're tagging them, and then you just be like, hey, what do you think of this? And then you can send it to look at it and be able to respond. So if you wanted to add, different teachers, even from different schools, you can, all of your friends, your teaching friends, you can just add everyone. And it's super simple. So if I wanted to add Emily, I would just find her name here and click on her and add her, and she'd get that notification and be able to find it. So use it as like a newsletter for your classroom. You can actually talk about things for the week, things for the month, things for the next coming up months, and talk about specific dates. You can edit it so it has a due date or, when it's going to be, so it could be ahead of time. You can drag and drop it and move it between different weeks and just collaborate with each other before parents see it. And you can add parents as soon as you know they're, you tell them to join Trello, and then they can add and make a username, super simple like we showed you. And then you just add them, and they can look at all of this. I didn't see what time it was, like, can you please let me know? And then we can add that information, and it's just really invaluable way of just having everybody included in your students' education and being able to do it with the most, advanced technology, being able to be up to date, just really good communication. And there's going to be no way that a parent will say, like, I didn't know, and your kids will be able to go on here and look at stuff too. It's just a really good way to work together as a community to give your child and your students just the best education possible. It's a really invaluable app, so you should join.
Talking to you guys about PE lesson planning. So this is for the teachers that are planning their PE lessons, and they are wanting to categorize different things as far as the template. So Jorgensen gives us a PE template, and this is helpful to organize those things. So as you can see, we can categorize into lesson intro, which you can write your objective, and then you can add comments you want to do. You can add different cues that you want to say. You can state your standards, and you can just categorize all the things that you want for your lesson intro. You can title your warm-up activity, and you can write what you're going to do for your warm-up activity and different things you want to remember when you're doing that activity. You can do cues, so you can do color-coded cues that might go along with each thing that you're saying and different kids that you might be working with. So if you have a specific kid that's harder to work with, you can label that for that different cue. Also do by different weeks, so whatever week, that's what lesson. Another thing you can do is add other people to your PE lesson planning. So say you're wanting to incorporate math into your PE lesson plan, you can add your friend that might be a math teacher, and you can add her or him into your lesson. Add a comment to them, for instance, hey, can you incorporate math into my lesson? How might I do this? And they can respond and write a message back, and that will help you with put together. So it's a really cool way that you can organize, and I know as teachers we all like to be organized. So yeah, that's just the basics of that.
Different ways to use Trello, and I find this app super useful when organizing my assignments or even planning my summer break. So say in a board I title Spring 2016, I have my summer community college that I need to sign up for, where I'm going to live during the summer, book flights for Indiana, should I work at a church, so all my options, and then I can like eliminate them. So as for my assignments, I have a list where I have on the horizon. Say I got to write a teacher observation forum post April the 3rd. I have to write a music lesson on April 6th. I have a group presentation, and so as the date draws nearer, I can move my tasks from on the horizon to like this week. Ta-da! Okay, so say for this week, I need to remind myself to get housing tickets. So I created a card that says get housing tickets. I can even put a due date on it, and the app will give me a reminder either on my phone or in my email. And say if I want to remind my roommates to like get the housing tickets, so I can add the now to it. Yeah, and like, hey Danelle, remember to get housing tickets. Yeah, I can send it to her, and Danelle would receive a notification on her phone or whatever. So it's nearer, and say I'm working on my health and wellness report, I can drag it from this week and I'll bring it to my in progress list, and then I remind myself, or at least I visualize how my tasks are being accomplished. So when I'm done with my health and wellness report, I'll just drag it to my done list, and then yay, I feel so much more accomplished with my life. Yeah, so this is one way that I use Trello to organize my assignments. Another way you can use it, say if we have a group lesson plan to do, I could add the bunch of us into this group. Wait, how do I get that? Okay, so say Danielle. Sorry, I'm looking for it. It's okay, I can't find it. So say Danielle, Megan, and Emily is added to this group, and I want I need Danielle or Emily or Megan to buy name tags. So I can add Megan to this task, and so Megan will get a notification that okay, she's in charge of buying name tags. And when Megan is about to buy the name tag, she'll drag it to doing. So us as a team member, we know how the task is being, like the progress of the task. And when she's done, we know that, yeah. So these are different ways that you can use Trello. It makes life easier, and it makes communication easier too. The end.